We got Ollie. We got Ollie from GCN.
Welcome to the GCN show.
This you can sort of see. There's a hole drilled in the steerer now. I'm no carbon expert, but I just don't know about drilling holes in the carbon steel like that. I'm sure it'll be, it's a Gen 1 product, so I'm sure it'll be go down the track. But yeah, there you go. So that's inside the SL7 fork steerer there. Interesting. Fantastic bike. It's got all the bits and bobs for your cable guys. Make sure when you buy framers, got all the cable guys and stuff. So see, this is the SL7. You can sort of see here what a stupid design this is. This is already cutting in. You can sort of see here that cut there. Now is that a hydro line? You know what I mean? What is that? What is that stupidity? So we've got this thing here is going to be causing a brake failure, is it? It's going to cause a leak of oil? Or is that the cable there? Let's have a look. Where's this coming from? It's going up here. It's this one here. This is a brake line. This is a brake line. And it's got what looks potentially a little cut in there. Now, is that a stupid design? Or am I stupid thinking this is a brake line? It's not. What's that? Eventually, I would say it's going to wear through and cause oil to leak out, causing a front brake failure. Fantastic design, isn't it? The SL7, this is the SL7 S-Works. Is this the dumbest design ever? We've got D-shaped steerers that are popping on BMC and Cervelo, etc. At least it's not D-shaped. Maybe I'll do that next fork. But look at this. You've got the cables running through. This is the stupidest thing. So you got, every time you turn on the bars, you got a potential for your cable to be rubbing, over time, your housing to be rubbing against your bearing or your carbon steerer. Now, this is not going to be an issue for people who ride once a month, but if you're a hardcore user, I can see some potential for failures here. I can see that your brake cable, your housing can get a leak in there, and you're going to lose your front brake or your rear brake. You're just going to grab the handle, grab the lever, and then you got no brake because it's worn out here. And this is so stupid. And then to fully clean this bearing or remove it, replace it, you gotta re-bleed the front caliper. You got to take off your Durace caliper, and that's just going to be a nightmare. Just have to deal with that just for a simple headset bearing grease and check it. I mean, you can fish this out, but to replace it, you have to take it off and just push this down. It's all sticky, and it's just a really stupid design. This has to be one of the dumbest designs Specialized ever sold. This is stupid. What sort of split ring is that? This is dumb. This is dumb. This is going to wear into your housing. Let's see if I can find some worn housing here. Definitely, I reckon. I wouldn't say definitely. My strong suspicion is there's going to be a recall in this design, because if you can see, look at the chunking. This is look at that. This bike has done less than 80 kilometers, and look at the wear already. Imagine in 8,000 kilometers. Imagine a high mileage rider. This is going to have to be a recall. Look at that. Wow. It's just cutting into the housing there. Look at that deformation there. That's crazy. It's a bit shaky. Can you see what I mean? That's the brake line. Pretty important part of your bike, having the brake line okay. Really, really bad design. This is horrendous. Wow, look at all that wear already on the brake housing there. This is, Natasha said, what do you mean? This is these chunks here. So this hydraulic housing is, I think if you're going to run an SL7, I reckon run cable disc. Because if this was a cable disc housing, it's okay. But because as soon as this wears through, that the oil leaks out, air's going to go in, and you're going to have a brake failure. So that's not what you don't want to brake failure. So for me, this is a really bad design. I can't see that this won't become a recall, because look at that. And this is an 80 kilometers, and it's already got that level of wear. And you know, that's crazy. That's really disappointing. This is a huge gap. I mean, look how big that gap is. That's slammed all the way down. But if you're riding, obviously, if you're riding a disc brake bike, you're going to be riding in a lot of wet weather and grit and dirt and stuff. And so much is going to get in there, and it's going to, you know, you're going to need to really service this headset a lot, clean it and stuff like that. So it's just going to be more wear on these housings here. It's just really insane. This is such a bad design. The gap, it's like a huge gap. It's going to let dirt in there. I mean, if you're riding in the sunshine, it won't matter. But, I mean, you're buying disc brakes because you want wet weather braking, right? Crazy. Plug, this is the 4 parts of it. These 2 parts are different. One of them is deeper, one of them is shallow. And so the shallow one goes on top. Pop them in like so. And the deeper one goes in the bottom like so. And this is your little titanium bolt here. And you're going to just put that together. And when you tighten that up, that pulls that bottom plug up and it just expands it over here. So to get some traction there, boom, like that, just a bit loose, and then you just drop that in your steerer, good to go. This diagonal line at the back, don't think it matters too much. Actually it does, because it's got a little direction arrow there. So just drop them in like so, and align that with your stem at the front, and then you're going to tighten that up, and that will just do it to about 9 Newton meters, and you're good to go. Tighten that to 9 Newton meters, and it's beautiful. Make sure that, again, this is going to go beyond your stem bolt. You don't want spaces on top of your stem, more than 5 mil. This always has to go below your stem, so make sure it goes going to fit like this on the cat tree, like that. All right, that's going to be protective. If you've got spaces on top, you mean all these 10 mil spaces, then when you do that bottom bolt up, it's going to snap your steerer eventually, isn't it? It's going to crack it. So there you go. You always want to make sure that the bottom of the bung plug goes below the lowest part of your stem, and you'll be safe.